What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the movie Enola Holmes 2. This movie was directed by Harry Bradbeer and stars Millie Bobby Brown as Enola Holmes and Henry Cavill as Sherlock. Now, finally a detective for hire, Enola Holmes takes on her first official case to find a missing girl that sparks of a dangerous conspiracy, ignites a mystery that requires the help of friends and Sherlock himself to unravel. So, the first Enola Holmes movie I was a fan of. I actually liked it. I thought it was a great adventure movie mixed in with mystery and intrigue. So this one, I was hoping for more of the same thing, and they definitely delivered. I absolutely loved this movie. I thought it was a great time. Enola ends up having to deal with a few things just out of her first case. First of all, apparently nobody wants to hire a woman detective. A lot of her clients that were coming in, they're just like, am I speaking with the assistant? Or people were just thinking, oh, you're so frail, you could die, and just nobody was willing to give her a chance. That, or they were just like, oh, yes, you're a Holmes. Is Sherlock available? And that was another thing, is that Enola Holmes kind of has to deal with being in the shadow of her brother at the beginning of this film. Because everybody knows him, everybody loves him, they want him for solving the mysteries. While I do feel like Enola Holmes could be just as smart as Sherlock, you can definitely tell their experience levels are different. In one particular interest, Enola finds a clue, and it takes her a couple of days to figure out what exactly this clue means. Whereas with Sherlock, he takes one look at this clue, and he has it solved in less than a minute. So that kind of gives you a difference, not necessarily in how smart each person is, but definitely in their experience. So, not necessarily a, intelligence gap between the two, but definitely an experience gap. So, I thought that was really cool. The puzzles throughout this entire movie were very intriguing. For the most part. There was one that was kind of introduced that I believe is more like only Sherlock Holmes himself could have figured out this clue. And that's fine, but I don't really like that, because with a mystery movie, I like to solve along with the detective. I know a lot of times they end up giving the detective an extra clue, off camera, and we don't get to see that, which kind of cinches who the killer actually is. But for the most part, it's a lot of fun. And with this, this clue is just kind of like, yeah, I would never have figured that out. So in that regard, it is a little annoying that they did something like that. But at the same time, it's pretty cool to see Sherlock work. That is one other thing. We got to see so much more of Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. And in this one, he definitely has a presence. In one of the crime scenes, they got these two guards that are out front, and they're supposed to be, making sure nobody goes in and disrupts it. Sherlock just kind of walks up, and the guards are just like, excuse me, sir, no one's allowed. And he's like, oh, please. I'm Superman. I mean... Sorry. Do I leave that in there? I'll leave that in there. Essentially, he walks up, and he's just like, come on. He's just like, don't even. I'm Sherlock Holmes. You know I'm allowed to be here. Kind of deal. And so it's really cool. So I loved absolutely everybody in this movie. Even the villain, he plays a good villain. You don't like this guy. Even before you find out that he's the killer, you despise this man. And so you're just like, yeah. And so it's just like, okay, yeah, sure, I don't like you anyway, so I'm glad it ended up being you. The action and the comedy of this movie was also really good, especially the comedy between Enola and Sherlock. I had heard that on the set, Enola was kind of picking at Henry, and just to kind of in a sisterly way. And I thought it worked out really well, because you could definitely tell that they were having fun on the set. So that was really cool. I liked it. The only thing with this movie, though, is that it is kind of all over the place. Now, with Enola Holmes and Sherlock's cases being connected, it kind of makes sense. It kind of has to go from place to place for you to figure out that the two are indeed connected. But that's kind of where it loses a little bit. But not enough for me to lose my enjoyment of this movie. Overall, I really ended up enjoying this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. So final verdict on it, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. So if you guys get the chance to, definitely check this one out. It is available on Netflix right now. And also, if you're a fan of mystery or even just Sherlock Holmes, you definitely need to check this one out. Alright guys, down below in the comments, let me know, what did you think of this movie? Did you like it? How did you compare it to the first one? And what is a mystery movie you're looking forward to later this year? Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!